Hi, thank you for joining me today while I get ready. I'm just starting with brushing out my hair and putting it back so I can wash my face. Always make sure you brush your teeth. That is definitely a thing you want to do. I love this headband. It's made out of this towel material, so it soaks up any water if I end up getting it on my face. That's definitely a good thing. So when I wash my face in the morning, I usually only use water to wash my face because I don't want to strip my skin because it tends to be overly dry. I do pat in the water. This does help with the hydration, patting in the water opposed to then blotting it off with a towel. I want to do this until most of the water is absorbed into my skin. Okay, and then after that, I go in with my La Roche-Posay Thermal Spring Water Sensitive Skin Toner. It's basically just water with some minerals in it. I was really skeptical about this, but after I used it a couple of times, I found that it made my skin feel stronger and tighter, which is amazing. And I go in and I pat it in again, make sure it absorbs well into my skin. Now I go in with more hydration. I use this Peach and Lily Glass Skin Refining Serum. This stuff is pretty awesome. It doesn't have a scent or anything, and it just does a really great job of hydrating my skin and making the pores seem smaller. And again, I pat in. I don't rub my face that much because it can cause wrinkles and things like that. I only really rub my face when I'm using something that's extra slippery. And then once I'm done with that serum, I use this Lipicar AP Balm by La Roche-Posay. And I just use the tiniest little bit on my face, especially in the morning, because I don't want my face to be overly greasy looking. And this is going to help with the dewy look that I'm trying to achieve with my makeup as well. And also is really great because I live in Colorado and it's very, very dry, so this keeps my skin quite hydrated throughout the day. Make sure you get your skincare on your neck. I don't always get it on my décolleté, but I try to do that in the evening because all of your skin that is more delicate than the rest of your body needs a little bit more attention. And again, I pat it in and make sure that it goes into my skin. I rub off the excess on my hands. And while I wait for my skincare to dry, I just go ahead and get dressed, put my clothes on, and then I'm prepared to go in with sun protection and makeup. I like to use the Cyclopair Tiger Grass Color Correcting Treatment. It works really great to correct redness, and it also hides things like my blackheads on my nose, which is something I really want. I use about that much, and then I take it Okay, so I'm taking this color correcting treatment, I'm rubbing it through my fingers, and then I just lightly pat it on my face, around my face, and then on my neck as well, because the stuff has a tendency to be slightly, I don't know what to say, like it's not exactly the same color as my skin, but it is very close. And then it also just adds extra sun protection for my neck as well. Again, patting it in and making sure I work it in well without rubbing my skin harshly. I'm just checking to make sure that the color changing capsules that come within the product itself are changing and actually getting close to my actual skin tone. And that's why I'm lifting my arms up so I can see the difference between my skin tone of my arms and the skin tone of my face. And as you can see, it does get pretty close to my actual skin tone. It's pretty much a perfect match for the most part. I just find my neck, honestly, is a very, very fair compared to my arms or my face even. And another reason I like the Psycho Repair color correcting treatment, it really, really seems to create a barrier on my face that protects it from not only skin damage from the sun, but also environmental factors as well, like harsh winds or just being in a dry climate. And it also has a really nice natural finish, which I always love, and it's very light on my skin. Alrighty, so I'm going in with my eyelid primer or my eyeshadow primer. It's by Juloop. Before it warms up, I like to just tap it on my eye and do like a slight swiping movement just to get it melted. And once it starts melting, I will start kind of sweeping it more across my eyelid. And now I'm going in with my creaseless waterproof bowing, which I absolutely love. The stuff works great underneath my eyes. It doesn't crease, it doesn't crack, it doesn't make me look older than I actually am, which is amazing. And I use a slightly yellow tone compared to my skin because it does help cancel out the purple colors underneath my eye where I have dark circles. And you also want to make sure that you relax your under eye. You don't want to make creases by holding tension in there. So just relax it as much as possible so you don't create creases, even though this product is really good at not creasing and filling in your fine lines. And then I go in with a different concealer for my face from Freya. This is their lightest shade. I don't remember what the shade is called, but I know it's 01. And it does a very good job at blending in with my skin tone. And I know it's really, really hard for redheads and people with fair skin to find something that fits them that doesn't appear yellow on their face. And when it comes to actual pimples on my face, I tend to not overly conceal them because I find that just irritates them more. And so I just lighten them and make them less obvious. So people, I don't feel like people are staring at my pimple and not me. I'm concealing a little extra redness on my nose. Alrighty, now I'm going to go in with my Loop eyeshadow crayon pens, I suppose you would call them. And I'm using, let me see, I think that's Champagne Shimmer, Clay, and Orchid Shimmer, I believe. I will go ahead and put the actual names down with a link and where to buy them if you are interested. So I'm going to go in with Clay first. This is a really nice salmon-y pink color, and I really like how it just brightens up my eyes. Sometimes I use this alone, but I like to use it with the other crayon pens that I use. And again, since it's not quite melted yet, I do kind of tap it on the skin opposed to rubbing it into the skin. And then I go in with the sponge tip that they include with the pen, and I just blend out those edges so they're not so harsh. And now I'm going in with Champagne. And again, just tapping it on to start with, just so it can melt, and so you can use it easier once it melts and you can start swiping across your lid. Alrighty, and now we're gonna go in with the Orchid Shimmer. I use this to line my eyelashes. I use this to line my eyes, basically. I love the soft purple color. I think it just adds just the perfect amount of definition into my eyes. And I find that these eyeshadow pencils are really forgiving and easy to use. If you make a mistake before they dry, they're quite easy to wipe off, and so you can start again, and they're super blendable as well. And now I'm using the sponge tip on the orchid shimmer to blend in that lower eye area. And I just love, it's like a light smoky look, just giving you just the perfect amount of definition underneath your eyes to allow them to pop just a little bit. Alrighty, and so for my mascara, I use this Ayako Sport waterproof mascara. I use this because I have pretty watery eyes, and my makeup always tends to come off on my under eye bag areas, and so it looks like I've been crying when I haven't. And so this stuff, it works really great. And I do like to make sure I wipe off the excess into the tube, so when I apply it to my eyelashes, I don't get spidery, clumpy lashes, which I want my eyelashes to look as natural as possible. I did make a little mistake where I got some mascara on my eyelid, but thankfully, because the eyeshadow pen is so forgiving, I'm able to just wipe it off very easily without disturbing the makeup underneath. Throw that stuff away. Alrighty, so I'm using the Anastasia eyebrow tint. I really like this stuff. You do have to make sure you wipe off the excess into the tube. And then I just go ahead and I swipe it through my eyebrow hairs. And I find that it does really take advantage of the natural eyebrow hairs that I do have. And I like that it looks very natural. And the thing about Anastasia, they have so many different colors, and they have, I think, at least 3 or 4 different shades for redheads. Now I'm going in with another Julep product. This is a blush stick. It's actually a cream to powder blush stick, and I believe it is in something like, I think it's Moonlit Sand. Yeah, that's what the shade is called. And I just go ahead and apply it to my cheeks. Sometimes I do a little less, sometimes I do a little more, it just depends on how I'm feeling that day. And I really love this color. I think it's great for fair skin. It has this really nice kind of, brownish color to it, but it does have this fleshy, kind of warmth to it as well. And then I apply it to certain points of my face, like underneath my chin and at these points in my jaw, just to add a little bit warmth, and it does add a little bit more definition to my face as well. It leaves me not feeling so blank. And I apply it here as well, and it works really well as a bronzer as well, and that's typically what I end up using this product as, is a bronzer opposed to a blush. And when I'm doing it on my nose like this, I really want to make sure I blend it well, because you don't want there to be these lines on your face that are obviously noticeable. So I try very hard to make sure I blend them in so it doesn't look odd. And then for my lips, I go in with the Sugar Bloom Tinted Lip Treatment. This has got SPF, I believe, 30 in it. I forget what the color is exactly, but I will be leaving all the products that I use down in the comments, not in the comment section, but in the description box. I will give all the information for the products I use today. And that pretty much concludes it for doing the makeup. And now I'm going to go ahead and do my hair real quick, make sure I have any chunks of makeup on my face that are not there anymore. I use this Invisibobble to do my hair most of the time. I do really like them. They are a little tricky to figure out how to use at first, but I found that they work really well for buns that you put on top of your head and things like that. So if you are really into top knots and things like that, I would definitely look into the Invisibobble. They might make it a little bit easier for you. I'm making sure that the flat side of the bobby pin is on the right side. Alrighty, and this is usually the hairstyle I do pretty much every day now, since my hair has been long enough to put my hair up. And I do want to acknowledge the fact that yes, my hair is a lot brighter than it was before, and I have been dyeing it. I definitely feel like dyeing my hair has lifted my confidence a lot. I don't have to worry about my hair being, a certain color or how it changes from day to day, just, because natural red hair does that. And I just feel like I don't want to have to worry about what color my hair is. So I just dyed it, and I'm really happy with the color. But I do like my natural hair color as well too. Alrighty, and for the finishing touches, I like to always include earrings into my look. I love earrings. I think they just add so much more to your style, no matter what kind of earrings you like. My favorite kind of earrings are gemstone post earrings. I cannot get enough of them, and I cannot stop buying them. Please help me. There's something wrong with me. Usually I would use my flat iron and kind of style my bangs today, but today I think I'm just going to leave them alone. Gonna just let it, be easy breezy, right? And there we have it. This is the finished look. This is how I achieve my nice, easy, breezy, dewy look that I wear every single day. It makes me feel super confident. It's very good for my skin since it's very dry out here in Colorado. It just makes me feel super great and good and confident. And remember, you do you and do whatever makes you feel good. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any ideas for future videos you'd like me to make, go ahead and put them down in the comment section. I would be more than happy to make more content on things that you guys are interested in hearing about.